I don't invest and then eat my interest. Some of you, you eat your interest. You're not going to enjoy compound interest if you eat your interest. Leave your money there. Let your interest on the capital, let it also what? Let it earn interest. So I do money market mutual funds through our World Sync app and directly with asset management companies. Hello, my lovely friends, my wealthy friends, financially literate friends. Have you been? In this video, I want to just touch on a question that I get all the time. CSA, how do you invest? What do you invest in? Of course, we all have our investing cheat codes. We all have things that we do. But I'm going to be sharing 5 basic things that I invest in that I do from time to time that can help a beginner investor jumpstart their journey to financial freedom. Let me tell you, there was a time in my life that I was very broke. There was a time that I didn't understand personal finance, even though I studied accountancy, even though I am and I was a chartered accountant in 3 continents. I didn't understand how investment worked. I was always, making money and spending it and having nothing and, being apprehensive and agitated. But that was then. I was once blind. Now I see. And I hope that these few things that I share today will help you jumpstart your journey, especially younger people. Even if you're a late bloomer, even if you're your 40s, your 50s, your 60s, you can start your investment journey now. I tell people that my father became a millionaire for the first time in his late 50s, and he discovered himself and he lived such an amazing life until his death. So it's never too late, right? So, Coach Adeshaki, what do you invest in? Let me give you a few tips. Of course, not everything, but whether you're starting your journey in the world of investment or you are a veteran investor, you'll find some of these things useful. Before I go into all of those money investment things, I think the first thing you should invest in is yourself. You are the asset. Those who are close to me, those who have heard me speak, those who have taken our courses will realize that I say it all the time. You are the asset. Tell yourself, I am the asset. Adeshola, I am the asset. Listen, when you see yourself as the asset, you invest in your knowledge. You invest in the way you speak. You invest in the way you come across, in your outlook about life. You invest in education. You invest in relationships. And those things expand your horizon. They expand and they give you exposure. So invest in yourself, because when you invest in your mind, you're able to think differently. You're able to take sound financial decisions. Do you see? So I invest in knowledge a lot. I do courses. I watch videos. I buy books. I have 4 bookshelves in my house. I have a lot of ebooks, Kindle books. Of course, I'm an author myself. If you have not read any of my books, go on Amazon right away. Type out Shola Adeshaki. Look out for 40 Frugal Rules for Your Journey to Financial Freedom and The Real Profit, and buy them. I have so many other books that you can buy. Please invest in yourself. So if you say, oh, Coach Shola Adeshaki, you are so knowledgeable, you are so deep, there's no secret. So it is what you eat that you'll be able to give out. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. If you do not invest in yourself, there can be nothing deep about you. So the first thing I invest in all the time, ladies, men, children, old, anybody watching this, constantly and consistently invest in yourself. You might invest in your proficiency, in your line of knowledge. You might invest in your passion. You might invest in your relationships. You might invest in just anything that will make you a better person, anything that will make you think better so that your performance can be elevated. You can invest in your career. You can take certification. You can take new courses. Very, very important. Now, let's bring it home, right, to financial investments that I do. Like I said, this is not all, but this will help you jumpstart your journey in the life of investment. In my note here, I said, I follow my 4 cardinal investing rules, which we teach at Smart Stewards Academy. We call it SGAR. If you come in and take a course on making, managing, and multiplying money, you'll understand how it works. But listen, before I invest, I consider my financial situation. What are the things that, what's my finances looking like? How much do I have to invest? And that will determine the kind of investment or what kind of asset class I'm putting my money in at that point in time. Then I also consider my goals for the season. What do I want in this year? What do I want next year? What is happening around my family? Goals, family goals, children goals, career goals, business goals. Those are the things. Or do I need to tie my money longer? Do I need cash and cash equivalent? Then my age, of course, my age is pretty much fixed and it just increases like that. It doesn't come down. I look at some investment, I'm like, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. Not now, right? Or ever. But hey, listen, I mean, depending on how old you are, there are many things. If you're younger, right, you can explore. Even at some old age, you can just want to have a bit of the experience just for the fun and knowledge of it. And then my risk temperament, I'm quite aggressive. So I take on a lot of risks. But some people are conservative, some people are moderate. So those are some of the things you need to consider before you invest, though. But those are the things and much more that I consider. But let me share a few things that you'll find useful. The first financial investment vehicle that I use is cash and cash equivalent. I invest in money market mutual funds. In Nigeria, there are quite a lot of licensed and regulated asset management companies. Now, because we have an app in Smart Stewards called the Wealth Sync app, Wealth Sync, you should check it out if you're in Nigeria. If you're outside of Nigeria, it will come to you soon. You can invest in, we have listed a variety of money market mutual funds. Now, cash and cash equivalents are things that you can easily convert to cash. So I invest directly with these mutual funds and I invest through our own app, the WealthSync app. And I see my interest literally rise every day and it's open-ended. That means I can add to it today, add to it tomorrow, remove it anytime. But again, like I say, investment is not something you do and you want to collect your money. So let it grow. So I do cash and cash equivalent for money that I don't want to tie up for so long because I want to use the money, move it out into another investment type. I don't invest and then eat my interest. Some of you, you eat your interest. You're not going to enjoy compound interest if you eat your interest. Leave your money there. Let your interest on the capital, let it also let it earn interest. So I do money market mutual funds through our WealthSync app and directly with asset management companies. So check out WealthSync app. The second investments I do fixed income securities. What are fixed income securities? They are investments. So, for example, cash and cash equivalent, you might do a money market mutual fund, and at the point of entry, it is 21% per annum in Nigeria. But along the line, the rates may fluctuate. You don't have control over it. It's not fixed. It's a money market mutual fund, quite flexible. But for fixed income, like treasury bills, they may say we are paying 28%, 25%, 19% per annum. And the tenure is 364 days or 90 days. That means the return is prorated. But the interest, as the word says, is fixed. So you can do fixed income securities like treasury bills, right? Like treasury certificates, like Euro bonds. You already know what the yield is, or bonds, what the interest is. I mean, in Nigeria, you have what you call federal government savings bond. They tell you, oh, this bond is for 2 or 3 years, and it will return so amount, 21%, 15%, depending on what the market is saying. So I do that because it's not as flexible, and it can help me tie down my money. And you can do it in dollars as well. You can do dollar mutual fund, right? Either as money market mutual funds or even as fixed income securities. So I do that to, so if my cash and cash equivalents are liquid water, the fixed income is more solid. It's becoming water that becomes, how do you call it? Ice block, but not fully iced. Do you see? So for the cash and cash equivalent, check with your banks, right? Check with your stockbrokers, but check with asset management companies. I don't want to mention names, but right on our own app, if you go there, you see the asset management companies we're partnered with. For fixed income, banks, stockbrokers, same asset management companies, they also issue those kind of investment vehicles. But please, one of the things that we need to place emphasis on in this day and age is regulation. If somebody is saying come and invest, ask them who is regulating them. Are they licensed with SEC? Are they licensed with CBN? Anywhere you are in the world, are they licensed? Ask before you invest. Sometimes because of the money, we are quick to say, oh, I'm going to put my money there. Ask questions. Ask questions. Do you see? Ask for their licenses. And partner with people who know. That's why you should take a financial course. That's why you should belong to a community so that when those temptations are coming, you are not falling prey. Do you see? Now, the third thing I do stocks and equities, what you call shares. I'm sharing with you what I do. You want to know a bit. This is not all, but I'm just sharing the lowest hanging fruit so that you can take your financial journey a notch. I do stocks. I do local stocks. Right now, as I speak, I live in Lagos, Nigeria, but I am a global citizen. So I do local stocks. I do global stocks. I do local investments. I do global investments. For local stocks, yeah, don't quote me anywhere. This is not specific financial advice. But if I use you, I own you as a stock. My telecommunications line that I've been using for years, I own stocks in it. All the banks that I actively bank with, I own their stocks. Palm oil that I use, I own the stocks, but because I'm also a chartered accountant, I understand the financials and I'm able to say, oh, this company is doing well. Of course, I listen to news, I follow the news and all of those things, and I take financial decisions based on, yes, not just using them, but the financials and the news, the market reports and everything. But that's one of the ways. Because when people, Coach, you like, tell us the stock that you're buying. I will not tell you, but I'm telling you, giving you a cue. If I use you actively, I buy you. Global stocks, yes. And there are apps. Around this time, we are listing local and global stocks on our app, WorldSync, because we are partnering with licensed agents, licensed companies, licensed fintech companies, licensed asset management companies to get these things done. So our app, the WorldSync, is an aggregator. Global stocks, I buy global stocks. I can mention those things. Somebody can come and, catch me here. I buy Amazon. If I use you, I also invest in you. So as you are taking my charges, I am also earning from your dividends, right? I buy stocks that pay dividends. I buy tech stocks globally. I buy, I don't want to mention names. I already mentioned one. You can take a key. If you are in our Smart Stewards community or academy, you will know the specifics. So from time to time, we talk about stocks to buy and how you should navigate them. I buy ETFs. ETFs also fall under the third category of investments that I do, but ETFs are called exchange traded funds. And this is the way ETFs work. If you buy an individual stock, say you buy Amazon, you buy Facebook in Nigeria, you buy MTN, you buy Zenith Bank, you buy GTB, you buy, no, those are individual stocks. But an ETF is like a basket of stocks. So, for example, in the telecommunication industry, if you buy an ETF tracking the telecommunications industry, just an example, that means you are buying a basket of fund that tracks Airtel, MTN, and all of the other ones. Or you buy an ETF that tracks banks, the banking industry. So you are buying a fund that tracks all of those banks. Just an example, instead of buying an individual stock. ETFs are fantastic because it helps you sort of spread your risk. You are not buying into just one company, you are buying into so many companies, and they all have their financials, they all have there are times in the market, one stock may be doing like this, the other stock may be doing like that. But with an ETF, you diversify. It's a basket of different funds. So I do ETFs, local ETFs, and global ETFs. So come into the Smart Stewards Academy to learn about ETFs and stocks. But let me tell you, stock is made to high risk. So the first two kind of investments that I mentioned, cash and cash equivalents and the fixed income, are low risk. They are issued by the government in some cases. But stocks are, yes, they are stocks of companies. You are buying into a company and becoming a shareholder and hoping to sort of reap from either their gains or losses. If they gain, if they experience a gain, you benefit. If they make a loss, you also benefit from it or reap from the losses. But, stocks are not things that you put your money into and you're expecting that I'm going to reap from it in 6 months' time. Stocks are things that you hold for mid to long term, except you are trading. Some people trade in stocks and they make money and then they also lose money. But if you're investing in stocks, that's why you have financial education so that you're investing in the stocks that over the long haul, they will do well. I remember about 3 or 4 years ago, I invested in a stock called Nvidia in the US. Fantastic stock. And when I look at my portfolio, I'm just happy that I took that decision. There are some stocks that I bought like that have really shot my portfolio up. But listen, I'm just looking at that portfolio. When they say the market is where the market is, I smile. Oh, the market has picked. I said, when I want, I take profit out of it. But stocks are things that you can even pass on to your children's children, enjoy the benefits. I remember somebody, that said when in maybe 1997, I can't remember, the stock of Amazon was about $2. And when the person was putting out that post to say, oh my God, I wish I had bought more, maybe Amazon was maybe about 2,500 or 3,000, I can't remember. And the person, but even though Amazon now, the stocks have been split, and you can buy Amazon for as low as, under $200 or so. I mean, just check as of today. So what I'm saying is that stocks and equities are not things that you buy and say, I want to, because if you buy it, you go and put your rent money when you want to exit. The stock market may not be doing well. And then you will, and where people lose money is they sell in the place, in the position of a loss. That's not good. So I buy stocks, local and global stocks. Next thing is real estate. Of course, I do real estate. There are many things you can do other real estate. You can buy land and hold until it appreciates. You can buy property and resell or rent out to earn rental income. But not everybody has that money yet, right? You can crowdfund also to buy with your friends, trusted friends. And some people just buy to sell. Well, today is not the day for that, whether rental income. Let me not go into that, but hey, those are some of the things you can do with real estate. Real estate, you can do land banking as well. And of course, you can do what we call the real estate investment trust, whereby you are not buying a land, but you are investing with a real estate company so that when they do their businesses and everything, you earn profit from it. It's a way of diversifying. Because rather than putting your money just in stocks or putting your money in cash and cash equivalent, you invest in a real estate project, and sometimes it has the potential of returning a higher return for you. So you see, these things are about knowledge. So I do real estate at those different categories. I've crowdfunded to buy properties, crowdfunded to buy land, right? I do REITs rates. Hopefully we can bring that to our WealthSync app as well. And yes, locally and globally as well. For those who are overseas, these things apply to your different countries. Low risk cash and cash equivalents, you can also consider high interest savings account, right? And of course, investments in the US, for example, you can do traditional IRA, Roth IRA, you can do your 401k and all of those things. I think for today, the last thing that I want to talk about will be commodities. Well, I invest in gold. Some people do gold bars, some people do gold jewelry, but whatever it is, commodities, you can invest in commodities as ETFs, like I explained already. Remember ETFs, you can buy them actually. You can do agriculture, right? There was a time we were crowdfunding to finance and to sponsor LPOs, right? Dried chili, turmeric, but please do your due diligence before you put your money into such things. You can invest in having a farm of your own and having somebody run it for you. But listen, if you are doing partnerships like that, you have to be very careful. And like I said, do your due diligence. Okay, you can invest in digital assets. Hey, Coach Ola, did you do Bitcoin? Did you do digital assets? I did a bit. The money that I can easily close my eyes to and not, lose and not be willing to lose. I do those things, but hey, there are other things that I do that, of course, I can't tell you. Those who are in our academy, sometimes those who are in my mastermind, we go deeper and we go together. Well, we invest together, especially for those in the mastermind. But these are a few things, and I hope that you have found them useful. I may not have mentioned specific names, but I've just given you broad categories, things that you can invest in. And I hope that you start to invest. And all of these things that I've said, the good thing is all of them you can start with minimal sums. Mutual funds in Nigeria, 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 10 pounds, $10, just all around the world. Get into the academy and let's get on this journey together. I love you and I'm rooting for you. See you soon.